I don't know. I'm not sure where to start. I mean, I'm 47. I'll be 47 years old in July. July 15th, I'll be 47 years old. And I'm retiring at 47 years old, which is a very young age to retire. Very young age. Why am I retiring? And where am I retiring from? I'm retiring because I have Parkinson's disease, which is an incurable, progressive, neurological disease. 1 million Americans have the disease, or diagnosed, just over 1 million. That's diagnosed again, and an additional 60,000 will be diagnosed this year. The problem with Parkinson's disease is a disease that its symptoms can be, what's the word I'm looking for, mistaken for other kind of ailments. Whether it's like, for me, my first symptom was typing. I couldn't type, real slow, and pain from my fingers. So they thought it was just typical, arthritis and stuff. Then another doctor moved it up to thoracic syndrome, right? And then another doctor moved to something else. Eventually, I did get an MRI. My pain in my fingers, and I had 2 bulging discs in my neck. I was operated on by a doctor to replace the disc. The pain was gone from my arms, but I still couldn't move my fingers. I was slow, and I noticed a drag with my right leg. That's when I went back to a neurologist. They did testing on me. The problem with PD, there's no real test to determine whether you have it. How I was determined was, well, actually, this is one way you could do it. I was given some drugs, and the doctor said, if you feel better the next day, tell me. I felt normal, whatever normal is, the very next day. I was able to walk, I could type, I could do anything. She said, stop taking them, and let me know how I felt the next day. Stop taking them. The very next day, I was back to just being able to basically do nothing. I couldn't really walk. My fingers were, I couldn't move. And the doctor said, Paul, I'm sorry, you have Parkinson's disease. I became, like I said, one of the 1 million other Americans in this country that have it. The 2 most famous people that actually have it, sadly enough, Muhammad Ali, the greatest fighter of ever, and Michael J. Fox, a famous actor. Problem is that Muhammad Ali is dead. Michael J. Fox, no offense to you, Mike, you're getting older. You're no longer really acting. So there's no real famous face out there to kind of promote and talk about Parkinson's disease, right? And what people go through. So who's going to be that figure? I could do it, but I'm not famous, never will be famous, never want to be famous. But I really realize now, I'm about to retire, that me as my own, fighting this disease, I have to be my own advocate. And I want to just basically, what I call my friend DeMarcus, shake the fucking world. Not just about PD, about any other ailment that people have out there. PD is my ailment. And I can do anything anyone else can do, but just slower sometimes. And also, this disease has humbled me tremendously. As I think any ailment has humbled people. Because what you go through every day, whether it's me and PD physically or mentally, because it's not just a physical disease, I've learned it's a mental disease. Other people have their own ailments, right? I'll go back to mental, because people that have mental disease already are just basically blackballed. They're judged. I'm a black and Mexican American. I'm judged already for the color of my skin and what I go through, right? I'm judged just based off that every fucking day. And now I have a disease, right, that makes me look different than the outside world. People judge me because they don't know what the symptoms are. Knowledge is power, that's all I want to do. You see me swaying right now. It's called dyskinesia. I'm doing it now because the drugs actually caused me, after a few years, to develop dyskinesia. And I'm excited and anxious to share my life with everyone and my story of what I've gone through. That's why I'm doing this little bit of shaking. Now if I calm down, concentrate, I've stopped. But that's just the thing. The disease I'm learning even more so today with my friend DeMarcus in the gym is that really it's more mental than physical in my opinion. If you think about it, you'll just set yourself for disaster. You'll fucking fail. Don't think about it. Just fucking move. Easier said than done, yes. But you can do it. I did it today. I just started walking. The other day in my mom's house, I walked for 10 minutes in her basement with just disarray. I call it chaos. Objects all over the place. I didn't stop once for 10 minutes. It's amazing for me that I was able to do that. And how did I do it? I just didn't think about it. Now, again, this is an incurable disease. I have to always increase my medication. And that's the problem though, because I have to balance the physical attributes of it, the symptoms, with the mental. The mental attribute is something I didn't know about before. But sadly enough, it does affect you mentally, and it affects me tremendously. Symptom of PD. What's one symptom? It causes insomnia. I have major insomnia issues. Second symptom, when you develop insomnia, you develop what's called psychosis. I had that. And unfortunately, I had to go to a hospital for it. And that's okay though. I got the help I needed, but more than anything, I recognize that the mental disorders and mental illness due to PD is totally different. More needs to be done in the mental aspects, but also in hospitals, to have them the resources they need in order to make sure people are diagnosed and put in the right places. You know? The average hospital does not even have a neurologist on call. But a neurologist is not a specialist in anything related to like PD. So what I mean is, no offense to neurologists out there, neurologist is like a fucking, sorry, I cuss a lot now, like a regular physician. They're a specialist more like focused on neuro, right? But it's very broad. People with PD need to be, or other movement disorders like MS need to have what's called an MDS, a medical movement disorder specialist, right? A movement disorder specialist. That's what they need. Not just a daggone regular neurologist, but an MDS. Why an MDS? That's a specialty. The sad thing in this country is there's only about 360 MDS doctors across the nation. So think about how many hospitals, how many places don't have the resources of the doctors in place in order to what am I looking for? To put them in, not put them, but give them the resources and the medication and everything that they actually need, right? There's a difference between those things, total difference. But the resources they're available for them, you know? So, and then think about the mental aspect. I mean, it's different chemical. It's different chemically also. So again, more needs to be done to educate the world. Knowledge is power. So that's what I would like to do, is spread the word. Talk about Parkinson, not just Parkinson, but other MDS, other ailments across the country. Again, this is mine. I have to learn to deal with it. Some days I can't walk. Some days I have to literally fucking crawl across the floor. Where I used to live in Florida, I can't tell you the amount of people that actually had to give me assistance to walk into my daggone apartment. Carry me on their back, literally. They offer their hand to me and I pull them down. Why? Because I lock up, I freeze. And I think I become even more strong than I am before when I do freeze. Because it takes everything in order for me to pull my body up. And it won't move. Everything inside of me. Everything. I've crawled across streets just to make it to across the road. And I've been judged based on a lot of people think I'm drunk or I'm on drugs. No, I'm not. I have a disease that causes this. And in places in certain times, I've been in situations where it's been very dangerous for me. People don't understand the disease. I get stuck somewhere and they just judge me again, think I'm drunk or something. And I literally crawl. Again, this isn't about me. Again, this is all about ensuring that the resources are available for not just me, but other people across the country. I'm going to talk about one thing also that really, I say annoys me, but simple things can be done in buildings. Simple things. Not just for me, but anyone with an ailment, handicap, whatever. Why do you have to have the button or the sensor to open the door so far close to the door? For me, especially when in a crowded area, that is crazy disaster. I get up close to a door and then hit the button, I have to stop. Stopping means I have to think about people behind me and stuff, people in front of me. I get overly anxious and I freeze. Freezing equals falling. You can't die from Parkinson's, but people die from the symptoms of Parkinson's. I can't tell you the amount of times I've fallen down. So imagine me freezing and I fall down and I hit my head. That's how you can die from Parkinson's. The freezing can equal that. Again, simple things can be done, like that's at the door of any building, hotels throughout Las Vegas, government buildings also, to ensure that people like myself or any other ailment or handicap don't have to and go through that, right? Simple things. So I think more needs to be done. The resources need to be provided for everything. Again, I'm going off on a rant now. I'm getting really disconnected because I'm super excited to share my life with you. As I mentioned before, I am retiring. I'm retiring from the federal government. And it was the greatest thing I ever did in my life. Not the greatest. Being a father was. That was the greatest. Second greatest. Serving my fucking country. And what I did. That was the greatest thing I ever did in my life. And I'll miss it. But now, I have a new calling. The calling that I believe the Lord gave me to be sick, to share my life, what I go through every fucking day, and share the life of what other people go through in their own ailments. Man has always hated man, man has always judged man. More needs to be done to stop fucking judging each other. We all have things that we have issues with. So let's just all fucking stop judging each other, love each other. I'm gonna do my best to talk about the PD community, but not just about them, because it's not just about Parkinson. I'm not gonna just focus on them. That's my ailment. I wanna focus on yours and yours and yours. Let's shake the fucking world. Let's try to make a difference in this world. It's too full of hate and everything else. It's love. Love is what we all need. Love. Shake the fucking world. Let's shake the fucking world. Not just about PD, but every fucking mental illness, every fucking disease. It doesn't matter what you have. PD, whatever. We all have our issues. Everyone has it. Do the best you can. Let's shake the fucking world. Shake the fucking world.